Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's go one more. Set hut. 52. Ready.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And got his man, complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Darius Geis. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On the ground, it's Geis. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. This is Geis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Agnew now to return. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Going right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 4. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Defensively, looks like they were thinking the same thing you were. You mentioned maybe being able to hit them with some screens, but they were ready.
Yeah, it's not just the guys who have the headsets on offense that do the thinking, right? They saw, they understood what they did, and said, you know something, how would you try to play it against us? And they were ready for it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground with Geis. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. These two teams all tied after one. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Ready. Mike, ready, go.
Back to throw here. That is caught. It's Perriman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
H3, 218, chopper. Sit high. Go.
They'll drop the throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Marr on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Geis. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Here we go.
First carry for James Conner. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
It's Geis on the counter. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game now with Geis. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hut, hut. Now let's get there. March 22. You remember me? You remember.
2nd and 10. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. 2. Heavy, heavy on the edges. Heavy on set.
They'll try and run forward with Lindsey. But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
On the set. 52. 52's the mic. Let's set up. Let's set a tone. 52's the mic. Hut, hut.
They'll run with Lindsey. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking deep downfield. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Jackson. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 33 yards that time.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Jackson. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Nyheim Hines, his first carry, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Jackson now. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to... Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Don't let him breathe. Ready, go. Don't let him breathe, defense. Set, go. 22, and go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll drop to throw. He's got this one complete to Perriman. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a 1st as that leads to 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
At the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Squish, squish, double zoom, fellas. Let's go. Ready, ready. 52, clap, clap.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's complete to Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. Try to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. Finding Green complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Marcus Green. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.